Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Jack Reynolds, and I'll be helping to moderate today's webinar. With me is Leslie Pendery, Senior Performance Manager at Dealer.com. Today, Leslie is going to talk about how to build a winning web presence by giving you a tour of the new Page Designer. A few housekeeping items before we get started. All attendees are muted, but if you do have questions throughout the session, please put them in the GoToWebinar console on the right-hand side of your screen. Our team will be in touch shortly after we wrap to provide answers and send a recording of today's session. Leslie, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for the intro, Jack. Again, I'm Leslie. I'm a Senior Performance Manager at Dealer.com. I've been with DDSU for about 5.5 years, and I'm super excited to share with you guys the updates and enhancements to our Page Designer tool. I've seen just how far this tool has come just since I started in 2016, and the advancements that we have to share today are just amazing. Just a reminder too, the Page Designer tool is a part of every website's backend. So this isn't anything additional you need to sign up for or add before we get started. So a quick agenda, it'll be, we're gonna go through what Page Designer is. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks from easy page building. We'll go through some quick comparison pages, model return, lease return, mobile preference changes, and then takeaways from the seminar. So first, what is Page Designer? It is essentially you have the power to amplify your web presence with sleek and easy to build responsive pages. I'm here today to share some best practices, tips and tricks, and sample pages to help you get the most out of it. Just a reminder, I'm not selling you anything. This is included in all Dealer.com websites. So essentially, what is it? It's a state-of-the-art page building tool that helps you quickly and easily build gorgeous responsive pages. It is not a replacement for Composer or the old page builder. It is an enhancement and will be what our old page builder will essentially all move into eventually. So if you guys are ready, let's go. So first, we'll start off with a quick tour of the Page Designer tool. Reminder, you can start using this right away. So it's really easy to access. So what you will do is click into website, just like you would if you were going to normally build a page. And then you hit let's go on the prompt in the blue box to go into the Page Designer tool as opposed to the legacy builder. So it's super easy to start a page. You click Page Designer on the right-hand side, and then you add your title and URL string. And then I can also show you later how to edit the URL to make it shorter. You'll click Add Section to see the Page Designer section options, which are highlighted in the red marks. Add Section is down at the bottom, and then it will pull up all of your section options, which can also be considered widgets or technology, depending on what kind of phrasing you're used to. These aren't just widgets because they are adjustable, and you can place technology inside of other sections, which we were unable to do previously. Here is a sample library screen of some options that you will see when you're selecting technology to add to your pages. I'm not going to read them all to you, but there's a ton of options. You know, there's picture on the left, content on the right, vice versa, call to action blocks, empty sections where you can add your own content, images, HTML, anything you need. So wait, what are sections? Sections are where you place your technology on the page. It will hold its spot. There are many options for easily modifying sections, such as color, background, video, etc., that we'll cover soon. You could also choose an empty section to hold different page options, like your hours or a video. So again, here's just a few more options of what you can add to a page. This is just a small sample. You can do anything that you already can do with the existing page builder, plus more. You can add the empty sections, like I mentioned earlier, and even better, there's new section options being added all the time. There were just a few added last week. So great news to you already users. This screen may look familiar to those of you that are familiar with page building. You can also add any existing technology in the backend to the new Page Designer pages. You are not limited to the sections in the library, just to make that clear. So I'll start off with some tips and tricks that have made my life easier when helping dealers build pages and showing them how to do it on their own. My first tip is that I always preload my images in the media library and then I will name them. Preloading and naming your images helps you find your content again easily. So here's an example of how I like to use folders that I've created to keep my images separated. You click the plus sign up in the top left, and then you'll add your new folder and name it, and then click Add Folder. Pretty similar to how you would do in Windows. The amazing part of the new media library is that you can drag and drop images into the folders instead of just uploading them. And you can rename them while you're uploading. So that's super important, and it helps you easily find them later. Here's a sample of what that looks like. So you would just click into these boxes, change the name, and hit upload. It is that easy. My next tip that I like to use is using a notepad for easy text transfer. A notepad on my computer, or even I know some people prefer handwritten, a legal pad on your desk, just wherever you have your notes ready. You can copy and paste in the empty sections and then use the tools at the top to edit. It's as easy as can be. So having your inspiration ready, if there's a design that you already like, or a sketch, is always helpful before you start building a page. One thing that I found to be helpful is pulling up on another screen what my inspiration is like, if I can, something that I'm looking for. That way I can kind of watch it as I'm building. So to cover it, the tips and tricks: have your images prepared in advance, use a notepad for easy text transfer, and have an idea of what you want to accomplish. It will just make it that much easier and faster for you. But you're probably here to see how easy it is. So let's go ahead and hop in, and I will show you how to build some example pages. So you may be wondering, how long does it take? It is so fast, and your pages will be done in no time. I have a sample short video running showing exactly how quickly it can be done. So as you add your page title in the top right, you'll hit Create Page. It'll pull up your page ready to go for you to add sections to the page. So you can go through and select anything that you wish to add to the page. You do have the option to scroll, so you can check out what your options are if you don't necessarily already have a plan. But this is just how quickly you can add all of these options to one page. One thing to note is I like to add maps and lead forms to most of my pages just to give customers an additional way to contact back to the dealership. So next, we will show you how to edit a page also. All right, so first we're going to add some custom images. So just in case you aren't familiar, here's how to quickly add an image to a page. You can also do it the same traditional way that we always have. And so this will pop up, and then you can hover over your content area and then click into the media library. Search for the folder that you've already designated where you have your images preloaded. If you've planned ahead, select your image, and then we'll save it. And then you can see that it's already added nicely to the page. And so next I will show you how to adjust a background, which would be basically the background behind your image to give your page more dimension. So this will show you how to also add images and adjust the background. And then I'm going to show you some simple background changes that you can make. Also, with the quick assistance of your performance manager, you can add the gradients to images and backgrounds also. I'll show you on the next slide what that can look like. So here on here, we will add an image. And we'll select the image for the top of our page and hit save, just like you normally would. But now we're going to go into the Page Designer tool and adjust the background behind the image. Depending on the template of your website, which is basically the color theme that's chosen either by your design choice or the OEM, your options are going to vary slightly what shows here. So there is a little bit of trial and error sometimes with picking the right contrast. But here we've gone and put a dark gray right behind that car photo just to give it a little standout on the page. So since we've decided that's probably a little dark, we're going to go and adjust the text to make the text white so that it's available to be read by anybody on the page. So then we'll go through, and now our text is adjusted and easy to read. So this is an example of basically a 50-50 content page widget with a gradient applied. So this would be something that you would need assistance from your performance manager for, but it's a great way to collaborate together on strategy. I added KBB on the right side in the widget, and on the left side, just some content from the dealership. Your performance manager too, just to remind you, loves to help with these easy level ups for your website and help your pages just look even better. For a fun fact, we really do love talking about and helping with Page Designer because we're just so excited about all of the updates, and we love sharing them with our dealers. So some takeaways for adding custom images and backgrounds. It makes your pages instantly more attractive, it looks more professional, and then you can quickly and easily customize your website's feel. So it's as simple as that. It brings instant value to your pages. In the next example, I'm going to revamp a service page and then add value and attractive images. So the why would basically be, this is our standard out-of-the-box Service Center page before Page Designer. It's unengaging, it's flat. There's no draw to act or communicate with the store at all, and it's just boring. It's not visually appealing, and shoppers are more likely to engage with an attractive page that has CTAs on it, that has a reason to engage. So feature previews over here in the top right is a section that will show in the Page Designer for some basic page formats. We'll click this to get started on our new beautiful page. Feature previews are also basic upgrades to a few main page types that are in Control Center. Unfortunately, there are a few select OEMs that we do not have preview pages for, but your PM can always assist you if you like the feel of these new pages and want to adapt any old page to this new format. Just look. So, oops, sorry guys, my mouse just did something strange. All right, so on this page, it's going to automatically build a draft for you. So here we go. So we go into Feature Previews, hit Service Center, and then you're going to hit Create Draft. It automatically does it for you. And one of the coolest things here is that historically all of our page changes were made live. And so this will actually build a draft for you. So that's one of the more exciting features for us, is that you don't have to push this page live until you're ready to show it now. Whereas before, all of your page changes were immediate. So on this section here, we've gone through and we've hit the draft. We like it. We're going to go ahead and apply the changes because it's already an immediate up level from what we had before. It's got schedule service. And since I know I use Xtime, I'm going to go ahead and relink it to my Xtime scheduler just because I know I have a special service page. It'll show links to parts, warranty coverage, and all of these CTAs are automatic and customizable. So we'll go ahead and switch that second service scheduler right on over to our Xtime link. and then it will automatically build the page for you. And it is done. So here is a kind of a decreased screen size screenshot of what that full page is going to look like. It's going to have easily added actionable CTAs for scheduling service, links back to view inventory, view specials, and to contact the dealership directly, along with value proposition statements about the store and some SEO content, which is always helpful to drive traffic to your website. So again, the page is instantly more attractive. It's going to look more professional, and it's got searchable content, which will help with your authority in Google searches. So it's just as simple as that. It'll bring instant value to your pages. The third example that I have set for you guys is adding a lease return page. Many dealerships are offering to buy out leases currently, regardless of the OEM or where the shopper leased from originally. Trade-in values are higher than ever before, and shoppers can get out of a lease easier than ever. I've been recommending a lease return landing page with a simple contact form that goes to either the CRM or a specific person at the dealership. So the easy steps, just like any other page, you're going to open Page Builder, choose your format, and then you're going to add, select your content and customize the background if you choose, and then always test your lead form. That is very important. Anytime you add a lead form to a page, you do want to make sure that you test it to make sure those leads are going where you intend for them to. So here's a sample of an easy to make lease return page. With the client's input and ideas, we did this in about 5 minutes. We added an image behind the title, content about returning leases, a way back to inventory, lease offers, and a contact form. And so just a reminder, check your lead source on your forms to make sure that those leads go where you would like them to. So customizing your lease return page is going to give you unique page content. It's a more attractive way to market your lease return offerings, and it's a lead generator for your sales department. The fourth example is just a quick model information page. Model information pages can increase leads and traffic to your site and quickly and easily show the benefits of your model, and it can build trust. A lot of OEMs launch standard pages for new vehicle launches, but creating your own unique content around a vehicle launch can help create a better search presence for you in your market. So that can also help you increase traffic and leads, and then obviously showing the comparison shows your awareness. So gather your content, and then you're going to upload any images that you wish to use, and then you're going to outline your page idea. And so you will go and hit add page. And I'm just going to do a quick run through here on how you would add one of these to your site. So you'll title your page. And so we've got our new model page. We're going to create the page, and then you have the option when creating to also add it or not add it to your HTML sitemap. That is something you can always go back and do later if you don't want it being scanned by Google at the moment. So you'll go through and add your technology, add the content you want to the page. You need a lead form. We'll add contact and map information. And then we've got our content widgets ready to go. So we'll go through and we're going to add our image. And then so you'll select your image and save it just like you would normally. I'm going to adjust the height a little bit because I just don't want it to be huge at the top of the page. So we'll go ahead and center it also. And then hit save. And then we're going to add our text that we already had over off to the side on our notepad and customize the content on the page. So you just save it, and then you can add content to both your paragraphs. And then you hit save, and then you have a model information page. So one thing to mention here, if you are creating a page with a long title, you can shorten and rename the URL when you're making the page. So we would go and type in our page information at the top, what we want it to be titled within the website. So lease returns are easy, blah, blah, blah. One thing to note is that if you want your URL shorter, like I said, you can edit it right now. So say you just want this to be lease returns are easy, or lease returns at the name of your location. You can do that right now and then hit create page, and it's going to actually shorten your URL string and leave your title as it is. So building comparison pages, unique content for Google searches, attractive way to showcase new model information. And then the fifth example that I had for you guys was a mobile layout change. And this is more just a how-to, because you're probably thinking this is cool, but you've only shown me how to do things on the desktop. All of your desktop content will automatically look great as the page designer works in responsive pages, but there are options for editing mobile content too. So if you are on a page and you want to edit just the mobile content, what you're going to do is click Page Designer up in the top right, and then hit this device only. And then the option also would be for all devices if you were just making a normal edit. So here's a sample of how that looks. So you will have reorder for all devices, use desktop, use mobile if you're reordering widgets after selecting your device, or in Page Designer, you can use the hamburger menus on the right-hand side to drag up and down to change the order. Another tip that we love to use is renaming your section so that you know what you're editing faster. I know I say easy a lot, but it's really because this is just so easy to use, especially once you get used to it. There's always a little bit of an adjustment learning a new tool, but this is just crazy easy compared to even our old format. So click on the section, and then you just rechange your section label. And so I've retitled it secondary SEO content. So now I can easily see when I'm looking at the Page Designer list for that page of the order of sections, that my second set of SEO content is labeled and easy to find. So why would you want to change the mobile format? All of our Page Designer pages are mobile first and responsive, like I said, but you may want to put your CTAs higher up the page. Your lead generators may be too low on the page, or just reduce the content for mobile simply just to make it simpler. So key takeaways of what we learned today. We went on a tour, just a quick one. We covered some example scenarios and tips and tricks. Hopefully you have some best practices to take away from here. As always, the Performance Management Organization is here to help. So reaching out to your PM with any additional questions or training needs that you have after today's session is completely okay. We want to talk about these tools. We want to help you learn how to use them. We want to help make better pages for your websites. We're really excited about the tool and all of its enhancements. So like I said, we're more than happy to help. We do just love talking about Page Designer, and there's new updates to discuss all the time. So as far as what I had to cover today, I believe that was everything that I had. As always, you could reach out to me or your performance manager with any questions. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today and learn about the Page Designer, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Great. Leslie, thank you for an informative session. I certainly hope everybody found today helpful. If you do have any remaining questions, be sure to enter them in the console, and our team will reach out shortly after to provide answers and a recording as well. So as always, we appreciate your attendance. Thank you and have a good day.